back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this makeup look. This is a look inspired by a glam that I saw Makeup by Ariel do on Kylie Jenner last week. I actually already recreated this look once and I posted it on my Instagram. I'll put the picture right here so you can see. And I got a couple comments from you guys and a couple DMs telling me to recreate it for my YouTube channel. So that is what I'm doing for you guys today. Right when I sat down to film, I received the Kendall by Kylie Cosmetics collection. So I thought it would be perfect to actually use the products that he used to create that glam. Last week when I did it on my Instagram, I just used a palette that I had in my collection. But for today's video, we're going to be using the real deal, the Kendall and Kylie palette to create this look. Not only am I testing out her palette, but I'm also trying her lippies, contour stick, and blush stick. So if you want to see how I got this look using the Kendall collection by Kylie Cosmetics, then definitely go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so we are starting off by priming our eyelids using a concealer, and I'm going to blend that in using my damp beauty sponge. I am going to take my Dermablend loose setting translucent powder, and I'm going to apply this all over the lid to set that concealer into place, and I'm also going to apply some to the brows to also set the brows. Going in to the Kendall collection palette, the first shade I'm going to be taking is called Twice the Ice, and I'm going to place this in my brow bone, and I'm also going to place a little bit in the inner corner of the eye. For my transition shade, I am taking the shade Cup of Tea, and I'm going to place this in the crease from inner corner to outer corner. You want to make sure that it's really nice and blown out in that crease area, and that it's just as pigmented in the outer corner as it is in the inner corner. Taking the shade Love You Sister, I'm going to be placing this in the crease, but I'm going to make sure to stay below the transition shade that we first applied. I'm going into circular motion so that both colors can blend in together, and this is me trying to do a TikTok dance that I learned and I completely failed at it. Also make sure to keep the color just as pigmented in the inner corner as you do the outer corner. Going into the shade Brunettes Do It Best, which by the way, such a cute name, I am going to begin to apply this a little bit tighter in the crease, and I'm also going to focus this product in the outer corner, and this is going to add some definition. And don't worry if you get messy because we're going to be cutting the crease shortly, so just blow it up in the crease. Next, you want to take your favorite concealer. I am using the CoverGirl True Blend Concealer. It is such a great concealer and super affordable. And I'm taking it using a flat brush, and I'm going to begin to cut the crease and really clean up that lid space. Now, you can do half your lid, your whole entire lid. I decided to take mine all the way to the outer corner, but you do what you want and what feels comfortable for you. Taking a little bit more of Brunettes Do It Best just to make sure that the outer corner is not harsh and that everything is blended nicely. Taking the shade You're Tiny and Cute, which is like a mauvey pink tone shade, and I'm going to be applying this all over my entire lid wherever I applied that concealer and cut the crease. This color is absolutely beautiful. It's very unique and I loved the pigmentation. I'm going to be creating a half wing using the Charlotte Tilbury liquid liner. Now you can do a full wing if you want to. Kylie tends to do more of a half wing, so we're going to do that for today's video. We're going to go ahead and move on to the skin. I am starting off by applying my moisturizer. I forgot to do a close-up, but I am using the Kate Somerville Delicate Moisturizer. And then I'm going to be applying sunblock. I love the way my makeup looks after I have a layer of sunblock on. Also, sunblock is super important, so never skip your SPF. Moving on to foundation, I am taking my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in the shade NC35. Now this foundation is a little bit too dark for me right now, but you'll see how I make it work in just a second. But I am going to be applying it using the Tarte Flawless Foundation brush. And then, like I just said, since it is a little bit dark for me, I am going to bring it down to my neck and also on the chest area. Because right now I am pretty fair and of course I'm still jamming and it's all TikTok songs. I'm going to take a beauty sponge and I'm just going to make sure that everything is nice and blended and that we don't have any streaks left from the brush, and I'm making sure that the product is really sunk in into the skin. For concealer, I am going back in with my CoverGirl True Blend concealer. I am taking a shade that matches my skin tone perfectly and then a lighter shade, and I'm just going to mix the two on the back of my hand, and I will be applying this under the eyes, also down the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the chin, and of course on the forehead. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a beauty sponge and I'm just going to blend all of that into place. My complexion routine has changed a lot. Even the tools, the placement of everything has changed. So let me know if you want me to do a more in-depth video on how I do my complexion, because I would love to do that for you guys. Moving on to cream contour, I am going to be taking the bronzer stick that came in the Kendall collection in the shade Act Natural. I like to apply it on the back of my hand, and then I like to go in with the brush and apply it that way. And I'm just applying this on the areas where I would normally contour, which is the hollows of the cheeks, up in the forehead, and just around the whole entire perimeter of the face. Next, I am going to be taking her cream blush that also came in the Kendall collection in the shade Runway, and I'm going to be applying this on the apples of the cheek. And the color of this, the formula of this was so beautiful. I cannot wait to continue to play with it. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a beauty sponge and just make sure that everything is nice and blended and seamless, and that everything just kind of flows together. And I'm also going to be blending out the nose highlight. I recently filmed a tutorial on how I contour my nose that goes into a lot of detail, so I will have that linked down below and up in the cards for you to check out. Going in with my Dermablend translucent setting powder, I am going to begin to set the under eyes using a damp sponge. I am not baking, I am setting. Kylie is known for having a super bright under eye, so if you want your under eyes to be nice and bright, you definitely don't want to skip this step. To set the rest of the skin, I am going in with the e.l.f. Halo setting powder in the shade Medium. I like to apply it to a powder puff, and then I kind of blend in the excess powder into my hand and then apply that into the skin. Make sure to really press the powder into your skin and set everything. I am pretty much applying the powder everywhere except the under eyes, and this powder is so affordable and the skin just looks flawless after. If you look at Kylie's makeup, you will notice that her under eyes have more of a pink tone to it. So I am taking the Ben 9 Fair powder, which is a pink loose setting powder. And this is a powder that I am going to be using to bake my under eyes. Trust me, this is going to make your under eyes look so bright. I'm obsessed. And I also applied a little bit down the bridge of the nose, on the chin and forehead. For bronzer, I am taking my Alamar Complexion Trio in the shade Medium, and I am just going to apply this on the areas where we applied that cream bronzer, and then I'm also going to take a little bit and contour the nose. Again, I do have a video on how I nose contour, so I will have that linked down below for you guys. I'm going to be taking some more translucent powder, and I am just going to bake and carve out the bottom half of my face. Taking a mixture of Love You Sister and Cup of Tea, and I'm going to blend this in the lower lash line and really smoke that out. You can go ahead and wipe off the bake from under your eyes, nose, chin, and forehead. For blush, I am going in with the new Lottie London blush in the shade Exposed. You want to make sure that you use a nice baby pink shade and really apply that to the apple of your cheek, and you can blend it back just a little bit. I'm also going to be taking a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to be buffing in that translucent powder into the skin and really making sure that everything is just nice and seamless. I'm going back in with the shade Twice the Ice, and I'm going to apply that to the tip of the nose, and I'm also going to be applying that down the bridge of the nose, and this is going to be our highlight. Moving on to the lips, I am going to be using the Sister lip kit that came in the collection. So I am starting off by lining the lips using the Sister pencil, and I'm also making sure to fill in the outer corners of the top and bottom lip, and then I'm going to fill in the lip using the lip blush also in Sister. This color is such a pretty shade. It is like your perfect everyday nudie pinky tone. It is gorgeous. I'm gonna top it off using the high gloss in the shade Can I Borrow That? And this gloss, honestly, it is gorgeous. I currently have it on right now because the color, it's such a perfect summer color. It's like a lip stain. I am obsessed. Look at the color. Beautiful. I'm going to be applying mascara and lashes off camera, and then I'll come back to show you guys the final look. Okay, so this is it. This is the completed look. I personally loved this collection. To be honest, out of all of the collections that she's done and that I've tried, this one is by far my favorite. The only thing that I would change from the collection was the color on the contour stick. I don't think that particular color is going to work for darker skin tones. Even for me, I had a hard time like making sure that it showed. I would have much rather seen a more universal shade. However, I did enjoy the formula for both of the cream products, the blush and the bronzer. I think the formula is great. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you did and you are new here, please consider subscribing, give the video a big thumbs up, and turn on those post notifications so that you can get notified every single time I upload a new video, which is every Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye!